What's going on, everybody? This is Coach Dave Reinecke again with another supplement video. Today we're going to talk about some L-glycine or just glycine. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video. Alright, everybody, so as you heard from the intro, today we're going to talk about another supplement, and that is going to be glycine. Okay, so some of you guys may not have heard of glycine. I have done some more research on it more recently. I have heard of it before, never really used it. I have in the past briefly, but never for a long period of time. So I'm going to give it a shot for a longer period of time. But what this video is going to talk about, just like some of the other ones, is going to be some of the benefits, where you can find it, what it's going to be good for. Pretty cut and dry. We're going to try and keep the video right around 10 minutes or so, maybe a little bit less. So, just to jump right into it, glycine, it is an amino acid that is very beneficial and essential for many different functions, mainly muscle, cognitive, and then metabolic functions. Okay, so you're gonna see me look back at this as as you see, it is a lot of information. So if I do keep looking back here at the board, I know you guys probably can't see it due to the glare from the light, but just know you are getting all the information that's on the board. So the main function here, it's gonna help break down glycogen and fat to be used as an energy source by the body. So why is this beneficial? Well, our body needs to get energy from somewhere. Okay, predominantly we want it to come from body fat. Okay, now when we are working out and things like that, yes, we do want to use carbohydrates and glycogen, stored glycogen as a fuel source, being it as that it is easily metabolized. But during the day, when we're not doing anything, when we're sleeping, our body should be able to use fat as a fuel source. The brain actually uses fat more so as a fuel source than anything else. Okay. Now, if you're on a ketogenic structured diet, this is where this is really going to come into play, and as a benefit, because you are restricting carbohydrates and you want your body to use fat as a fuel source. Okay. So this is something that may recommend if you are any of my clients that are taking or that are on a ketogenic structured diet. We'll talk about supplementing with some glycine. We'll see if you need it first, but always assess and see if you need to supplement with something, or if you can get enough of it, or any of it from your nutrition first. So glycine, where is it found? It's found in your skin. It's found in your connective tissue of your joints and your tendons and your ligaments. And it's also found in your muscle. You guys have heard me talk about collagen and gelatin, connective tissue, rehab, all of those terms before. And glycine is no different. It has huge benefits when it comes to recovery from an injury, from a surgery, from any sort of ache or pain, ailment, broken bone, torn ligament, things like that. I think I said that already, but you get the point. So it actually is a key amino acid that helps form collagen and gelatin, predominantly found in bone broth. Okay, so bone broth is a byproduct from the bones being soaked in water. It's that filmy substance that you get on top, or the gelatinous, no pun intended, substance that you get on top. Okay, so collagen and gelatin are very, very beneficial. You guys have seen me talk about them before. You can use gelatin packets to make your own special jello. You can use them in cooking to thicken up different recipes or sauces. Like I said, I like using it just as a jello, and I'll add some branched chain amino acids or something else to really just give it flavor. But it does help me get my collagen intake in for the day or for that time when I really need it. Otherwise, I do take other products or eat other foods that promote collagen formation. If you haven't read any of the articles that I've written about recovery and rehab and nutrition associated with that, then a lot of the information is going to be in those. And then if you take a look back at some of the videos on our channel, you guys will actually be able to see some of that too. So this right here says it has a grocery list of benefits. So we're going to go through 6 different benefits that it's got here. Pretty cut and dry, not going to go too far in depth. I don't want to go over your head. If you guys do want any more information about it, always feel free to reach out to us. But we're going to cover the basics or the main info from this. Okay, so it promotes muscle growth. Okay, this is a big benefit, being is that we're in the gym, we're lifting weights. A lot of us want to promote muscle hypertrophy. Others, it's improved performance, and this does have benefits when it comes to that. But when it comes to muscle growth, it's actually going to inhibit the deterioration of your protein, or of the muscle's protein, okay, those amino acids. It does stimulate the secretion of natural human growth hormone that is within the body. Okay, so everybody has natural human growth hormone within it. This helps stimulate the secretion of that, so we can then use it and tap into some of those stores and get those muscle building properties that HGH has, okay, natural HGH. It prevents the loss of cartilage in your joints, okay? It improves your day-to-day energy, performance, and mental capacity. and it's a natural synthesis of hormones. Okay, so the part here where it says improves your day energy, performance, and mental capacity. A lot of us are athletes. A lot of us suffer from physical fatigue, but more importantly, a lot of us will suffer from mental fatigue as well. Dieting for a show, getting ready for a competition, or just every day-to-day life, our body is going to be suffering from mental fatigue. Okay, so mental fatigue from your job, your workouts, your lack of sleep, your kids, your dogs, whatever the case may be. You're always going to suffer from mental fatigue. Okay, so this is where glycine can really help with keeping that up, keeping your performance up, keeping your mental capacity where it's able to be maintained, and then improving your performance in your day-to-day energy as well. Okay, cartilage in your joints, it actually does help with the strength and the absorptive properties of your joints, or your say your vertebral discs, or your meniscus, or your other ligaments and tendons. So this next one says here, repairs and protects joints, keeps them more flexible and actually able to absorb the impact that they are being taken or the stress that's being applied to them. Glycine is actually called the anti-aging amino acid. Okay, so it helps slow the effects of aging. So if you don't want to get old really fast, if you don't want to have wrinkles when you're my age, 25, if you don't want to have chronic aches and pains in your joints because of all the lifting that you do and your lifestyle, things like that, this can help with the slowing of your aging process. Okay, so it helps form an antioxidant called glutathione, which actually prevents cell damage that is actually associated with aging. Okay, so that's the main benefit there. Improving digestion. So I've talked about digestion a lot when it comes to rehab and nutrition. So being able to uptake the nutrients that we are taking in, being able to break the food down, being able to extract the nutrients from it and actually use it for what it's actually used for and not just excrete it. Glycine is another product or another amino acid that can help with that gut health. Okay, so collagen and gelatin are actually two of the main things that are found around the gut lining. Okay, so when we want the health of them to be elevated or increased, glycine can really help with that, or having glycine in your body can help with that. Okay, so remember that. So it helps make substances that also break down food. This would be bile and then like your gastric acid and things like that. We need to be able to break down that food in order to get it into a much more processable form, so that we can then use that food or those minerals and nutrients from that for energy. Okay, so that's the benefit there. If you want to learn more about gut health, go read the article about gut health, and I think I did a video about gut health as well. Calming the nerves and feeding the brain. So the brain actually uses certain things in order to function. When our brain uses fat as a fuel source in order to function, when there's no fat available, it can go haywire, basically. So glycine has actually been used to treat certain mental conditions like bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, epilepsy, which was mirrored from a ketogenic diet. That's where ketogenic structure really came about, was in epilepsy. But our brain uses certain nutrients in order to function better, okay? So, or in order to calm the brain down and get the nervous system back in a place of where it's normal. When you work out, when you're high stressed, your nervous system and your brain are going 10,000 different directions, so we need it to be as calm as possible. It also does balance your electrolytes, so our brain and our body uses electrolytes in order to function, promote muscular contraction, relaxation, X, Y, and Z, so on and so forth. Helps balance those, calcium, sodium, and potassium, okay? The main one here that I wanted to touch on was it fights fatigue and it promotes better sleep. Okay, so I got a question the other day on Facebook about how important sleep is when it comes to progress in the gym. Sleep is very important. Okay, I'm not the best example when it comes to sleep. I get roughly, I would say, 5 hours of sleep, 4.5 to 5. But that's by choice, though. I could go to bed earlier, or I could train at a different time, but I'm not, because I enjoy training when I do, 4:30 in the morning. I don't want to take time out of my work day in order to train, so I choose to do it in the morning, and I function perfectly fine. I'm still able to do max lifts, I'm still able to progress, I'm still able to do everything I need to do at that time, so my sleep is where it needs to be, and I attribute that to nutrition as well. But boosting energy, balancing blood sugar, and preventing fatigue, it can be used to calm anxiety when anxiety is a big factor when it comes to losing sleep or having a lack of sleep. It's meant to improve energy, fight fatigue, nervousness, and that's caused by amnesia and regulating blood sugar. Okay, it does help also carry out the biosynthesis of heme, and maintaining blood cells. Okay, so back to sleep. Sleep's very important. That's when our body is predominantly going to grow and recover, is when we are sleeping. So if we're always haywired, if we're always jittery, if we're not able to sleep properly and get enough sleep, then our body is not going to perform. We're going to wake up tired. We're going to be not able to function mentally or physically the next day. So always making sure that we are getting the necessary amount of sleep that our body needs in order to recover and get the results that we really need. Okay. Now, where can you find this food-wise? Vegan and vegetarian foods would be spinach, cauliflower, kale, cabbage, pumpkin, kiwi, and banana. So a lot of food sources. Animal-based sources, pretty much going to be anything from meat, dairy, eggs, and then you can also get it from fish as well. Being is that collagen and gelatin are found in a lot of meat-based products that actually have the bone in or have the tendinous particles or parts in them. So you can get it a lot from that yogurt as well. All right, so that's a little bit about glycine. It's about 11 minutes so far on the on the video. I don't know how much time I have left, so we're gonna wrap it up there. So glycine, as you saw, very big for collagen formation, very big for gelatin, and improving the joint structure, keeping your joints healthy, getting the metabolic things down, your nervous system intact, but more for promoting sleep and relaxation. So if you do struggle with sleep, if you do struggle with recovery or chronic aches and pains in your joints and your bones, ligaments, tendons, you want to get the most out of your gym sessions or out of your lifestyle, look at glycine, okay? Get in a bulk product. Dosing is about 1 to 3 grams per day. I would start at the low end and work your way up. You get some of it from your food, but usually not enough. So that's where supplementing can really come in handy, okay? So as always, guys, thank you for watching. If you do have any questions, feel free to comment down in the section below or hit either RJ or I up on Facebook or Instagram if you guys have any questions. Be sure to follow our YouTube channel. Be sure to follow us both on Facebook and Instagram. My Instagram is @DaveReinecke ATN. But as always, thank you guys for watching.